Hello, my name is Flores. I'm 23 years old and I live in Southern California. And I have been suffering from depression, suicidal tendencies, and loneliness for roughly about 6 years or so. I am a very introverted person. I do not like to talk much, but I am here today because I want to speak about my journey and what helped me win that invisible battle that most of us fight throughout our everyday lives. Looking in retrospect, I never wanted to be alone. My depression and all other mental health issues really stem from not knowing who I truly was. I was afraid of being alone. I tried my absolute best to never spend a minute of my life with myself. I was successful all throughout high school. Then when I arrived at college, I was forced to be alone. And I didn't know what to do with myself and how to react to the emotions I was feeling, because I never had to think about who I actually was. This was a real problem because I looked for any way I could escape my reality. It was so bad that I began to drink to escape my reality, my feelings. So for years I drank, and I never had to face my reality. My addiction to alcohol got so bad that I began to hurt those around me. Slowly my words and actions began to really take a toll on the ones who cared for me the most. One day it got to the point where in the end I actually had no one. So for a while I had the mentality of, I hate myself, I'm not worth anything, what's the point of living? I wanted to punish myself for all the harm I had caused to those around me. So I fought this battle every single day and fought the urges of taking my own life many times. I slit my wrists, I sliced my leg, I even scraped my knuckles on sandpaper until they would be covered in blood. As bad as my days would be and as dark as they may get, for some reason I kept going, hoping for a change in my life. I went so far to have planned my death, my funeral, and gave my best friend the blueprint for what to do when I kill myself. There were many times I tried, and for some reason every time something or someone stopped me. One day I woke up and decided I cannot live like this forever. I had to change, and most importantly, I realized that I had the power to change. I started to realize that nothing really matters in life besides you and you being happy. As my mindset started changing, I started appreciating my journey to where I was at the time, and how I went from all these awful things happening to me, all this harm I caused to people, and really kind of accepting the past and moving on. The smallest difference, smallest changes were the most important ones. If you feel how I felt, I want you to know that millions of people feel the same way. By any means, do not believe that it is something you shouldn't feel. I always tell people, feelings are never right or wrong. They're feelings. They are there for you to reflect and think about. Then after all that is said and done, you react to what you have control over. There's a lot of stuff in life that you cannot change, that are going to happen and you cannot control. These things pile up on you and it feels like you're at the bottom depths of the ocean, unable to get back to the surface. Your mindset right there in that moment is what is in your hands, in your control. It's going to cause you to be stuck in the same place where you're at, because it's not what happens to you that matters, it is how you react that matters. So how do you get back from the bottom of the abyss, all the way back to living again? If I'm being quite honest, to summarize it as best as it would be to start off with change. Really look at your life, take a little time and see your daily routine, and think where you want to be and what changes you have to make. I believe very firmly that you are a product of your environment. Right now in this world, there's so many people that want to take advantage of you. They want to use you. You benefit them in some way, they want to abuse that. I promise you that people who you share your feelings with, who love you and actually care for you, will not by any means get upset with how you feel. But most importantly, I would tell anyone who is struggling that they are loved. If they think hard, and in some unexpected places, there is someone who loves them and cares for them. Personally, I've been lucky enough to have a really great group of friends who I let know my feelings, and I really did pour out my heart to them many times, even to this day. They never did anything. They just listened, and honestly, that was the best thing that helped me. You have to understand that people might be different. Having others tell me what to do did not help me at all, but had the opposite effect. In this day and age, it is extremely hard to talk about these things because parents, grandparents will not understand, and young adults are conditioned and taught to take care of those issues alone. I remember being told, "You're okay, you don't have those problems, you're just exaggerating." And that lack of sympathy and understanding can be demoralizing to someone, and that makes them bottle up all their thoughts, their depression and anxiety. I understand that it's extremely hard to find people who actually care, actually want to hear about you and care about your mental health. But I think honestly one of the most important parts of my life that helped me was having those people. Telling them everything, telling them how you feel, what's on your mind, on your heart. If they really do care and want you to be there, they'll listen. They'll reassure you and not make you feel lonely. By the end of the day, if you even suspect that someone is feeling depressed or suicidal or show any signs of mental health, from my experience, the best thing to do is let them know you care about them and love them. As long as you show just a little kind gesture, kind reminders that they're there for you and you love them. That way, whatever they need, they can come to you as 100% themselves. I think that's the most helpful thing of all, because honestly, the battle within yourself to find happiness, fight the sadness, fight the suicidal thoughts, is a tough one. And it does have to be for the most part alone, but with the support of people, it makes it a whole lot easier. Yeah, so I just wanted to let anyone out there watching know that you can do it. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, but I promise you that if you make that promise to yourself, you'll be so glad you stuck around. So glad you spoke up. I'm just making this video in an effort to try to not make this a subject that people don't want to talk about, because I feel like it does have to be put out there. And as you know, there are not enough resources, not enough talk in the world about how big of a problem this is. 700,000 people die from suicide every year. That is a remarkable amount of people whose minds, ideas, hearts, we will never know. Lastly, I would like to offer my apologies to anyone I've hurt. I am thankful for everyone who helped me get to where I am, and to the one person who saved my life. Thank you for showing me what life is. You will always have a special place in my heart. Keep pushing, guys.